Alright, hey, what's up guys? So Street Fighter 6 just released this past weekend, and I've been playing through quite a bit of it and really enjoying it so far. So I thought I'd go ahead and come up here and share my thoughts with you guys to give you an idea if you should consider picking this one up for yourself. Let's start things off with the main portion of the game, known as the Fighting Ground. Now this is one of 3 playable modes, including the Battle Hub and World Tour. Here you'll have Arcade, Extreme Battle, Versus, Online Play, and the Training menu. Arcade is that tried and true tournament style fighting mode where you choose a character and then face off against the computer with your choice of 5 to 12 matches, including a bonus stage where you basically just beat the hell out of Optimus Prime. You'll be able to experience the story of any character you choose, complete their story arc, and at the end of it when you beat it, you'll receive some very cool, highly polished illustrations from the game's artists and some really cool unlockables. The roster is filled out with classic characters as well as some new fighters, including Luke, Jamie, Kimberly, Marissa, Manon, Lily, and JP. Hope I said all their names right. Still trying to get to know them. All being really varied in their own fighting styles and approach. Now the fighting mechanics just feel really great this time around, with all the kicks and punches feeling weighted and really solid, and all the fighters' animations are really smooth and highly detailed. The special moves are all stylish and look fantastic as well, just what you would want and expect from a top-tier fighting franchise such as Street Fighter. The controls are available in 3 options: Modern, which is set by default, Dynamic, and my go-to, Classic. While the Modern control scheme is there to make the game a little more accessible to newcomers to the series and fighting games in general, by supposedly streamlining the controls, making complex moves a little easier to pull off. However, I changed to Classic as soon as possible, and I definitely recommend that you do so as well if you have any experience with the Street Fighter series. But each layout has its own pros and cons, so I encourage you to try each one and find out what works best for you. The rest of the modes in Fighting Ground are pretty straightforward. Versus, Online Play, and the Training menu is where you train. It's a training mode. What more do you want me to say? However, Extreme Battle is pretty much the hold my beer mode, allowing you to play through some ever more increasing wacky challenges. Now, the World Tour mode is definitely interesting as well, being the newly introduced narrative-driven action-adventure. You begin with the avatar that you created at the start of the game as a new student of Luke's fighting school. And that's another thing, you are able to create your own character and get very creative with all the nuances and the little details that you can put in there. It is pretty cool, but just really not for me anymore. I think I definitely had my fill in all that during my The Sims days. And I'd rather just get on with it, especially in a fighting game like this. So back at the school, you quickly meet Bosch. Think of him as the Gary to your Ash Ketchum, and after a quick skibbity-pap, you head out into Metro City. This, of course, being the same city within Final Fight, with a lot of other welcome Final Fight references, such as it stating how Mike Haggar was the former mayor of the city. Now, if someone in the comments could let me know if Street Fighter and Final Fight have always been connected, or are they supposed to occur in the same universe? They, of course, brought Cody and Guy over in the Alpha series, but I don't know if there's any other concrete connections besides that. And speaking of which, this layout could actually work really well for a new third-person Final Fight game, if they open it up a little more and maybe added some more nuance and a deeper story. And that's also true for, say, a game like River City Ransom as well. Now, this world, while not fully open by any means, offers a really fun and enjoyable playthrough, with the ability to literally fight anyone on the street. And I do mean anybody. From random old ladies just enjoying the day out in the park, and then boom! They turn out to be some Dragon Ball Z character in disguise. To tourists just taking some photos, or challenging the food vendor who just sold you a slice. Or finally, bringing to justice the detriment of all society, mimes. Yes, if there is ever a reason to drop $60 on Street Fighter 6 immediately, it's for the fact that you can live out the American dream of kicking the shit out of a mime, and send that hellspawn back to where he belongs. While the World Tour isn't a super deep experience by any means, it still offers a lot of fun, and tons of Street Fighter fan service, including locating the other masters, starting with Chun-Li, in order to become their students and learn their styles to incorporate into your own. There is also this gang that you come across every so often that just randomly calls you out and then starts to fight with you, leading to some really fun fights where you take on multiple enemies at the same time. The gameplay has some really nice RPG elements as well, such as being able to visit clothing stores, food vendors where you can purchase items for later use, and then of course pummel said vendor into the ground, and a leveling system, which of course makes your character stronger. The graphics are also something that I really want to touch on because Street Fighter 6 as a whole looks really great visually. And this is thanks in part to the RE engine being used for the first time in the series, leading to some gorgeous details in the landscapes, highly detailed characters, all with the backgrounds of the stages looking so refined, and a beautiful use of different color palettes. This all comes together in creating that vibrant and upbeat aesthetic that the series is definitely known for. And that takes us to the last bit that I wanted to cover, the Battle Hub, which has a really interesting bonus included for the retro fans, and that I have immediately been spending way too much time on. Now this is an area where you'll bring your avatar from the World Tour and hang out with other people playing the game. You can challenge one another to a match using your avatars, or just hang out and watch other people fighting. However, what I really love about this area is that there are these arcade machines that allow you to play some of the classic titles from Capcom's library, and these are the full games, not just some limited demo either. So you could literally sign into Street Fighter 6 on your PS5, Xbox, and play the entire arcade version of Street Fighter 2 or Final Fight in its entirety. These games will rotate periodically with different titles as well, so it's definitely something that I'll be revisiting over and over again. This is just more of that awesome fan service that Capcom has really been bringing hard lately. But I do wonder, guys, how many crazies out there will start criticizing these avatars for not playing these classics on an actual CRT? As their avatar stands next to the other avatar, excuse me? That's not a regulation CRT TV, so technically you're not even playing. Wait, are you a girl IRL? Boobs! Alright, so is Street Fighter 6 worth it? The answer to me is yes. If you are a longtime fan of the series or a new challenger to this game, with everything they pack in there as far as replayability and fan service, it is definitely worth the $60 price tag. But what do you guys think? Have you already been playing through this game over the weekend? And if so, what do you think about it so far? Let me know in the comments below. And how about you go ahead and do a spinning star kick on that like and subscribe button? It would definitely help out a lot. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.